Good morning, friends. I'm Advocate Denson. I'm here today to share a bit about the process of adjournments or the practice of adjournments in our courts. I came here last night in Chandigarh because I had a matter to argue this morning. And, this matter is regarding an appeal which has been filed by a builder against a decretal award passed in my favor by the RERA tribunal at Chandigarh, and the builder had filed an appeal against it before the Honorable High Court of Punjab and Haryana. Now, ever since it was filed in January 2020, the opposite side or the builder's side has not been arguing it, right? And in this particular matter, there have been about 5 or 7 adjournments in this matter. And just 2 days back, I received this call from the opposite counsel requesting me to consent to an adjournment again for today. Now, I told my fellow counsel that that would not be practically possible because there have been enough adjournments in this matter on one pretext or the other. Sometimes the board of the court was overloaded, and sometimes it was a request again from the builder himself. The person who has filed, the idiosyncrasy is that it is the person who has filed the petition or the appeal who is requesting for an adjournment time and again. So, what else can you decipher out of it that this appeal was filed, if not for anything, only to delay the relief that I am entitled to, right? Now, having been filed in January 2020, till today the matter is not being argued, and now the opposite counsel expected me to, cooperate with him for another adjournment. I did not do that, and I made myself clear to him that day itself that I won't be cooperating in this adjournment. And same thing happened this morning. So in the court this morning, the proxy counsel appeared, and she said that they are seeking an adjournment, and the court immediately put the file away. I immediately stood up and objected to it, and I told the Honorable Court that I am objecting to this adjournment. Now, what startled me was the reaction of the court, right? Now, the first question that the court asked me is that, which court are you from, right? So, first of all, I didn't understand what he wanted to ask. Then I understood what he meant. When he repeated the question, I said, okay, I'm from Delhi. Second thing, he told me, do you know the reason of adjournment? And I knew that the opposite counsel had asked in adjournment for the reason which he has stated that he wants to attend a marriage. 2. Now, the third question that he asked me was that which startled me the most, and he asked, is that how the counsels in Delhi behave when his fellow counsel seeks an adjournment? Now, I didn't quite get that, because the point is, why should a court equate a personal decision that I've taken to be a behavioral pattern of my fellow counsels in any city that I come from, right? So that startled me. It took me a few seconds to gather myself and then answer the court. I did that. And when I said that, I told the court very specifically that, my lords, that is not the point that is under consideration. The point is that there have been n number of adjournments on every date. This has become a practice that the fellow counsel will call me and say that, okay, I have to seek an adjournment, or I cannot address the court today, and I expect you to cooperate. Now, if I do that, I am also having certain considerations towards my client. I am bound to my client who I represent. So I will be doing a great disservice if I keep on, sponsoring and patenting these adjournments, or even consenting to these adjournments. And therefore, I have to basically oppose this. And that is what I told the court. Thankfully, the court very well heard my submission there, although probably he did not like that I was objecting to my fellow counsel. But then the court did accommodate me, and he said that, my dear counsel, if that is the case, I will make sure that this matter is heard next week itself. Now, that, in the light of the fact that we are getting adjournments, and the next dates that we are getting are, at least 2 to 3 months from now, that was a good thing to gather today, and at least I will be heard. If not next week, at least in the next 10 days is what the assurance is there. And I believe my client, I did good service to my client also, and I have done, at least not justice, I would say, but at least I have stood my ground and helped my client be heard so that the matter is finally adjudicated expeditiously. I mean, that is how we should be, reacting to the situation, as also how the court should be addressing the matter or looking at it, rather than imposing my personal preferences and making me look, probably feeling making me feel guilty as if I've done something wrong by opposing an adjournment. I mean, you know it was a very a tricky situation there, and I was feeling zapped initially, but then okay, I'm happy that my matter will be heard now next week, and probably it will be decided finally in the coming week, and I will have more update to come up with on this particular matter, so that you know how this matter actually went. So, thanking you once again for bearing with patience and listening to this. Probably you also gathered how these adjournment processes work, and how not necessarily every advocate likes the process of adjournment. We do not like it, especially, and we'll try our best to see that the our client goes back home happy. Enjoy your day and stay blessed. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.